hot time, summer in the city, and Citybuzz is looking so pretty. Welcome to Citybuzz Chicago. I'm Susanna Negovan, your Citybuzz insider and Chicago Sun-Times Flash editor. And now I'm going to take you on the best of what Chicago has to offer. Light up your day at the Field Museum with the amazing Creatures of Light exhibition, where visitors see the incredible critters that produce light in nature. From flickering fireflies to deep-sea creatures, this is a glowing exhibition for the whole family. Large-scale models and companion iPad apps show the intricate details for all ages to enjoy. Then go back in time to Scenes from the Stone Age, the cave painting of Lascaux. Walk through the cave-like gallery to see beautiful, subtle paintings and engravings that line the cave walls from our early ancestors almost 20,000 years ago. Catch a glimpse of our ancestors too, with the lifelike Stone Age family of hunters and gatherers. These works are the most technically accurate reproductions of the paintings ever done, and the Field Museum is proud to be the first North American venue. Take a walk in Millennium Park and check out the new installation Bowen Gallery, Legends, Myths, and Truths. Artist June Kaneko creates a bright, playful installation of legendary Tanuki creatures of East Asia. Believed to bring good fortune, their big eyes make good decisions and their big bellies symbolize calmness. We are loving the breathtaking fashions featured in the Ebony Fashion Fair. The exhibition is taking place at the Chicago History Museum, where works from Oscar de la Renta, Christian Dior, Yves Saint Laurent, and Christian Lacroix are all featured. It's a fashion lover's dream, and you won't want to miss it. And catch the spring harvest at the Nature Museum with Food, the Nature of Eating. A premier exhibition on how food connects us to family, friends, and the environment. See how food travels the world before it reaches your plate.
In dairy, it can be evaporated, cultured, and refrigerated.
You must see the spectacular The Judy Istock Butterfly Haven, the 2,700 square foot greenhouse home to more than 1,000 butterflies. Filled with water, flowers, and over 75 butterfly species, you will be transported to a tropical retreat. And for a panoramic, picturesque Chicago view, Shoreline is a must.
To do a great job out here because, reflects on the city and everything. And a lot of times it's a lot of people's first time in Chicago, and I want to make that a memorable experience for them if I can play any part in that at all. I want to try to do that.
Board the architectural cruise at Navy Pier or the Michigan Avenue Bridge and travel to see the best views of Chicago. Our Chicago Skyline cruise departs from Navy Pier for fabulous panoramic views. Catch the best movies in the gorgeous parks of Chicago with the 13th annual Movies in the Parks. As the sun goes down, watch Chicago classics like Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Under the Chicago Summer Night Sky, 195 films screened in 150 citywide parks. So many flick choices this summer with Movies in the Parks, admission free. Head over to the Shed Aquarium, where you'll experience some of the world's most adorable faces. Who doesn't love sea otters? Also check out the penguins and dolphins and whales, plus many more amazing sea creatures.
Look at me, princess. Good picture.
To really see Chicago, you gotta go out on a ledge. The sky deck at the Willis Tower is at the top of Chicago's tallest building.
153 feet over the city. You're going to walk out of here with a pretty good experience. And look out into 4 states and, of course, experience the ledge. Glass floors holding you 1,353 feet over the city. You're going to walk out of here with a pretty good experience.
If you want to laugh in the Windy City, you gotta head to Second City.
I think what makes Second City most unique is that you are a part of the performance as an audience member.
Your name's on the reservation. I Googled you.
There's something magical about that precise moment when they take a thought that is very generic and turn it into this hysterical scene. The shows that you see in our main stages are sketch comedies, so they're all written and rehearsed. The show on Monday night, that is the Improv All-Stars, is completely improvised from top to bottom. It's really a lot of fun. It just opened and people love it.
I'm Brian Campbell. I work in a donut shop in the Ukrainian village.
Everyone knows that this is kind of a very special place where stars are made and stars are found and stars are born. Martin Short, Andrea Martin, Fred Willard, Eugene Levy. Then most recently, who we're really proud of is Tina Fey, Stephen Colbert, Steve Carell, Jason Sudeikis. So we have kind of every few years there's a nice group that comes out of here.
Have a great night. Thanks for coming.
You're such a hard act for me to follow.
Now that you've had your culture fix, time for some shopping. The Randolph Street Festival is a style maven's dream. Considered one of the best hotspots for antiquing by celebrity designers like Nate Berkus, shoppers can find eclectic furnishings, vintage clothing, and jewelry collectibles, all while enjoying the outdoor entertainment and spectacle of Chicago people watching. Located in the historic West Loop of Chicago, shoppers stroll amongst high-quality finds from over 200 select purveyors. The indoor-outdoor Randolph Street Market is the summer destination for vintage cool, both high and low. And I'm wearing Aza from Chicago designer Aziza Khan, who has just opened her own boutique inside the Shops at Northbridge on Michigan Avenue. Come with me as we take a look around. Aziza, do me a favor and describe your aesthetic.
So it's definitely a statement, but I definitely also aim to be timeless, just given that I never want a client to ever regret a purchase.
You make embellished belts, and how much do these cost about?
So these are $3.95.
That's a great price.
I feel like turquoise is definitely something that's summery, it's fun, it pops. So this piece is one of my best-selling cuts. It's also one size fits all. Kind of to give you an example of how this can be so versatile, so you're actually wearing the same cut. And what we've essentially done is we've switched the fabrics, so you have more of like a linen summer blend. So for me, it comes down, it starts with the cut and how it fits you. Be comfortable, as well as just make you kind of stand tall and be able to stand behind yourself as well.
I'm at Blotique, a Gold Coast blow-dry bar that offers glamorous hairstyles based on American cities. So I'm here with Rona, and she's the creative director at Blotique. Tell me a little bit about the services you offer here.
Okay, so we do blowouts for $35, and it's about 35 to 45 minutes. You come in, get your hair shampooed and conditioned, and then we blow it out.
And you offer different signature blowouts based on cities.
Yeah, we just decided to pick the cities in America because it's quite fun. Then we have the signature for Chicago. The New York is sleek and straight. LA is wavy curls.
Okay, so $35, 45 minutes. I'm getting the Chicago. Really pretty. I love how it turned out. Lulu's on the Avenue is a new store that just opened on North Michigan Avenue. Let's go see what all the buzz is about. So, Lori, tell me what's different about this store.
Well, what we've introduced into this store is a line of jewelry that is traditionally known as repurposed, where beautiful vintage pieces are incorporated in a new modern technique.
The Lulu's signature necklaces have vintage components that you've sourced, put on new materials, and fused together, and they're designed by you.
Almost all of the elements are vintage, from antique finial, 1930s coasters, a lot of Art Deco is incorporated.
Give me a sense of the scope of what you carry here. It's from the 20s to...
We carry jewelry from the 20s, actually right through to the 80s. As you know, we are noted for the big statement jewelry.
Oh, look at these earrings. I love them. While I continue to shop, here are some other shopping picks.
Hi, I'm Tracy Glabowski, owner of Serato Boutique at 3451 North Southport Avenue in Chicago. And I opened the store to really celebrate Chicago and Chicago fashion and the talented fashion designers that we have here in this city.
I am Miriam Cecilia Carlson, the designer for Miriam Cecilia, my clothing line. The pieces are simple and have a great silhouette that really flatters the woman's body, and pieces that people really can just turn into their own.
It's definitely a line you'll want to come check out when you're here visiting us in Chicago.
If you love your music with a retro spin, break out that turntable and head over to Dave's Records. At least 40,000 titles to choose from on any given day.
Well, Dave's Records is all about vinyl. We've always been all vinyl all the time. Like it says on the door, no CDs, never had them, never will. At the time I put that up, it was mostly there was a CD store next door, and I hated answering the question all the time. You know, you don't have any CDs, and I tried to make it clear, but people seem to like that sign. So that's what Dave's is all about. All vinyl all the time, new and used, buy and sell. Well, I mean, the unique thing is it is one of the few vinyl-only stores. There's plenty of record stores around that have CDs and vinyl, but we are vinyl and focus on vinyl, have always focused on vinyl, and always will focus on vinyl.
Classic styles from casual to dressy, Hubba Hubba has it all.
Hubba Hubba has been in business since 1988. We started off as a vintage store and slowly transitioned from vintage clothes to new clothes that had that retro feel. As a woman, I always felt it was fun to dress unique and different, and vintage allowed that because it was a one-of-a-kind piece. We are urban and raw, and lots of clothes, lots of accessories. So it's very approachable. You can walk around the store and grab the t-shirts, grab the jeans, find the party dress. You don't have to go through a sea of racks. It's cherry-picked for the best items that are on the rack.
Hi, I'm Mike, and welcome to Heritage Bikes. What makes Heritage Bikes unique is the fact that we actually make our own frames, and we put them together in the shop. And as you can see, we have a whole cafe where people can hang out, sit down, get some coffee or food, and watch their bikes being assembled. So Heritage is located right in the middle of Lakeview, which is an outstanding neighborhood. There's lots to do around here. Well, tourists can come in here and grab a bike map or rent a bike. We're right off the bike path, and we're about a mile from the lakefront path. So a tourist definitely has their options to go around the city wherever they want from here.
Hi, I'm Lissa. I am the owner and buyer here at the women's clothing boutique Lissa. At Lissa, we focus on both domestic and international collections, primarily from emerging designers or under-the-radar collections that are very hard to find. So bringing something new and different to Chicago that you can't find in many stores. What makes Lissa unique is really the merchandise itself. We work very hard at discovering new collections that people haven't been introduced to. In addition to women's clothing, you can also find other accessories at Lissa, including jewelry, handbags, belts, and scarves.
After all that shopping, you're probably hungry. Come with me as we check out the best of Chicago restaurants.
Master Sommelier and proprietor of the Boarding House. We're a multi-story restaurant and wine bar featuring a wine list of 500 selection and Mediterranean-influenced food. The building dates back to 1872 and at one point functioned as an old boarding house. If you're looking for a more extended meal, please join us in our dining room featuring another chandelier made out of 4,000 wine bottles. As you can tell, we really love wine here. We're really all about having fun in a very non-intimidating environment. So hopefully we'll see you soon. Cheers.
When former Illinois State Treasurer Alexi Janulius left office, he became a private wealth manager, and now he's added restaurateur to his job title. I'm here at Cannella Breakfast Club to get a personal tour. I'm here with Alexi Janulius, the co-owner of Cannella. So Alexi, what inspired you to get into the restaurant business?
Well, I've always loved breakfast. I love the thought of having a big breakfast with friends and family, and I was told that you do things you love, so I thought we should open up a Greek-themed breakfast spot.
And Cannella is a Greek word. What does it mean?
Cannella is the Greek word for cinnamon. A lot of our foods are pastries, and we've got sweets and French toast.
How does the Greek cuisine or the Greek flavors, how do those influence the menu items?
Well, they're pretty prevalent in all our items. We've got loukoumades, we've got monkey bread, and our most popular dish is an omelet with something called tiro kafteri, which is a spicy feta.
Oh my God, it's so good. One of the things you said to me is that it's like a cafenillo. So tell us about that concept and what a cafenillo is to Greek people.
The concept and the ability just to go sit with a friend and have a cup of coffee and maybe, share a sweet or share a pastry is something that we don't have a lot of here in the U.S. But there's something to be said for meeting a friend, sitting for a little while, and just having a nice cup of coffee.
Alexi and I are going to dive into our loukoumades. While we do that, check out some other amazing restaurants Chicago has to offer.
What if a pig gets drunk off of red wine? It'll turn purple.
Meat lovers rejoice and dig out at Chicago's The Purple Pig.
The vibe at The Purple Pig, it's, for me, it's fun, it's non-pretentious. People come in, they want to try all different things with the pig, but it's a wide range of things to choose from. There's something here for everybody. If you're a vegetarian, you got some of the largest vegetable options you can find in the city. If you want to have just cheese and wine, you're good there too. If you want to indulge in more of the crazy pig parts, then you can go that way too. So it's really approachable, and like I said, there's something here for everybody.
I opened Hot Dogs in January of 2001 because a friend of mine had a bad hot dog one day.
Not your average wiener shop, Hot Dogs is a hot dog lover's delight and sausage superstore.
The single item we sell the most of is the classic Chicago-style hot dog, which is why this started. After that, we sell a lot of different types of sausage, ranging from classic Chicago-style hot dogs to more unusual fare on our specials boards. We do game sausages, beef, pork, chicken, lamb. We serve foie gras sausage. We serve all different types of sausage every day. But our focus and our most popular item is still the Chicago-style hot dog. We specialize in encased meats.
Eat, drink, and be merry with a little touch of Romanian flair at Little Bucharest Bistro, newly reopened in Chicago's Old Irving Park area.
In the menu, we have lots of vegetarian food, we have seafood, and we redone our food, so it's good for 15 years old person, and it's good for 90 years old grandma.
Indulge your sweet tooth at Maggies Candy and harken back to a bygone golden era while you treat yourself to one of their famous desserts.
Welcome to Maggies, Chicago's finest ice cream and candy parlor. The Maggies is a Chicago staple. I think it's good for tourists to check out because it's amazing sundaes, sweets, and a little gift to bring home. We have 50 different types of sundaes, cookies, homemade candies, chocolate chip cookies, meringues, a little bit of everything sweet. Some of our most popular treats include the Fudge Atomic Sundae, Eiffel Tower, and Choco Loco. We've been open since 1921, and we've seen a lot. We've seen Sox players, Al Capone came here, the Beatles, basically a lot of people. It's been a good ride.
The Sienna Tavern concept, it's an idea that was born from a trip to Italy. There was a little tavern with a good open kitchen, and that kind of rustic, we got it in Italy and we brought it to Chicago, downtown in River North, and we modernized it a little bit. So it's kind of a modern meet rustic in a very, very well blended way. So everything is very local, is at its peak, and really, really fresh. Because when you see the same people 10 times, with all the great selection and great choices there is here in this town, that's a home run to me.
And the fiesta is just beginning at Tavernita, one of Chicago's newest restaurants serving south of the border fare.
When I would go and eat at the tapas bars in Spain, I always thought Chicago needed this type of restaurant, it needed this energy, and for a long time, I really wanted to bring a piece of that with me back to Chicago. The dishes at Tavernita, they're going to be a classic Spanish, dishes with some of my interpretation, and then there's going to be a Latin influence kind of, drizzled over the top of the menu. So I think it's really going to be exciting for the guests when they come in to be able to experience, kind of Spanish food done our way. Tavernita's main dining room And then we have the Pincio bar called Barcito. And then there's also the late night lounge in the back that's going to have craft cocktails and a late night vibe to it.
So those are the best Chicago food finds. For more Citybuzz pics, follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
Waiting on the day when my thoughts are my home, when this house is my home and plans are made, when you'll be there for me, babe. When you love me all the way.
When nighttime falls, nightlife picks up from relaxed sports bars to eccentric, vivacious clubs. Chicago is guaranteed to keep you on your toes and off your rocker. Hi, I'm Sun-Times Splash editor Susanna Negovan, and I'm at Vertigo Sky Lounge, the rooftop at the Dana Hotel and Spa. Open 365 days a year. Let's take a look. I'm here with Matthew McCahill at the Dana Hotel and Spa talking about the brand new patio open for the summer in Chicago.
It's the only indoor-outdoor rooftop patio in the city. You can sit down, and rather than the flickiness of sitting in one space with your group, there's other people sitting right next to you. We wanted to have that social atmosphere.
I don't even need to call you up and say, get me a table.
You don't.
I'm good.
Come right in.
Anyone can come.
If there's not a rooftop above it, then there's no reservations needed for it.
Love that. So if the fire doesn't keep you warm enough, that's okay because they've got bathrobes and cozy blankets. This is Susanna Negovan at the Vertigo Sky Lounge. And for the country rocker in you, don't miss Bub City, where Nashville meets Chicago.
Well, Bub City is by far our most casual place amongst all of our restaurants in Chicago. It's really just a fun spot. It's casual. You come in, have a beer, have some whiskey, listen to some live music, have some barbecue. And the cool thing about Bub City is that we are getting a ton of talent in from Nashville and Austin, the people who play on the stage that are what we call rising stars. And that's what's cool. You get to see really undiscovered talent in Chicago. People are coming through here that you might only be able to see in Nashville. So Bub City, it has great late night. It's open late every night of the week. On Tuesday nights, we do some really fun, we do live band country karaoke, and we've had some unbelievable singers from the city of Chicago come in. And there's a lot of bars and nightclubs in River North, but no places that are really as fun and as lively from lunch to dinner and to late night as Bub City.
Located in Chicago's Gold Coast, Drum Bar takes the Chicago Speakeasy all the way to the top. Perched above the rooftop of the Rafaela Hotel on Delaware Place, Drum Bar is a multi-seasonal destination with its speakeasy style and classic contemporary outdoor garden terrace. Delivering warmth and style with old Chicago and new, it's a destination not to be missed. You can get your game on every night at the Emporium Arcade Bar.
My name's Doug Marks. I'm one of the owners of Emporium Arcade Bar, and opened the bar because honestly there was a huge void in Chicago. Chicago is kind of the home of video games, actually. This is where they're all made. We kind of filled that void by opening it up. We have 37 golden age vintage arcade games from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Have really good beer. We have 24 beers on tap, almost all craft beer. Have about 50 or 60 different whiskeys you can drink. And the top 3 most popular games are probably the pinball games, the NBA Jam, Miss Pac-Man. Really the concept of our bar is a place where you can have a good time, drink some beer, and relive your youth.
The show that shook up Broadway has sprung up in Chicago's Apollo Theater. $1 Million Quartet cashes in on classic hits and a true story, which has become a rock legend. It follows a 1956 jam session at Sun Records in Memphis with music icons Elvis Presley, Johnny Cash, Jerry Lee Lewis, and Carl Perkins. Check out Million$QuartetLive.com for more information.
The wildly popular Blue Man Group at the Briar Street Theater has just been given an infusion of new material, now with more wow. The show combines signature moments with new segments to provide an explosive evening of entertainment. Chicago Parent says the coolest blue guys in Chicago just got cooler. And Chicago now hails bigger, better, bluer. Just blocks away from Wrigley Field, audiences of all ages agree that if you haven't seen Blue Man Group, you haven't seen Chicago. For tickets, call 1-800-BLUE-MAN or visit blueman.com/Chicago.
That's the Citybuzz. I'm Susanna Negovan. For more insider tips and city hotspots, go to citybuzz.com and follow us on Facebook and Twitter.